Bulls stand pat at NBA trade deadline as buyout market looms. The Bulls stood pat at the trade deadline as they await the return of several key players. How about Tristan Thompson for some of those offensive boards he always seemed to steal from the Bulls? Maybe some gritty Paul Millsap, a guy rumored headed to the Bulls last summer. Maybe old buddy at one more, Thad Young? Nah, looks like he'll finally get to play this season. Time to free Eames Cantor freedom. Finally, a shot at Dennis Schroeder. A little bit of Dragic or Josh Richardson. The NBA trade deadline came to a close on Thursday afternoon, with the Bulls and the rest of us, or at least the rest of us, recalibrating fantasy leagues and playoff odds with a flurry of major trades. That included James Harden to the 76ers, Ben Simmons and friends to the Brooklyn Nets, assuming of course he chooses to play, and several other prominent players changing addresses, including Kristaps Porzingis, Spencer Dinwiddie, Young, Serge Ibaka, Montrezl Harrell, and Daniel Dice, following recent trades involving Karis LeVert, Domantas Sabonis, and C.J. McCollum. In all, it was a rousing NBA must-see week with a half-dozen recent All-Stars and several potential future Hall of Famers changing teams. The effects, obviously, won't be known until the playoffs are concluded in June. It appears the defending champion Bucks helped themselves with the addition of 6'10" Serge Ibaka in the event Brook Lopez cannot return from back surgery. Though the giant news was the trade of perennial MVP candidate James Harden to join current MVP favorite Joel Embiid with the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid and James Harden. The acquisition gives the 76ers two of the biggest stars in the NBA to be supported by a high-level scorer in Tobias Harris. This at a time the 76ers were in the race with the Bucks, Bulls, Cavaliers, and Heat for the top of the Eastern Conference without Ben Simmons. The recalcitrant All-Star guard now goes to the Nets along with shooter Seth Curry and former All-Star center Andre Drummond to rebuild the Nets bench that was decimated by the trade for Harden.